So obviously when a family hears for the first time their child has a brain tumor, right? I mean, a world breaks down, right? And there's really so much that needs to happen in decision making for this family, but they're still in this sort of state of shock. They need to often make a decision right here and there about surgery, about radiation therapy, about clinical trial, yes or no, are we traveling somewhere, right? So it's a impossible, I think, situation. We have achieved a lot in PNOC at the community at large. We learned a lot about pediatric brain tumors over the last few years, but it still remains the most common solid tumors in children, and unfortunately is now contributing to the most cancer-related death in children. We want to have a treatment available for every child. Without the development of clinical trials, a lot of patients and families really don't have access to any therapies. We basically expanded international to reach every child.
We were really desperate to make sure children in Australia had access to the most cutting-edge, novel, exciting treatments for their brain cancer, especially when they had very aggressive tumours or tumours that didn't respond to standard therapies.
Our children here are now getting access to some of the most cutting-edge treatments in the world, and importantly, they're being delivered on a clinical trial with all the appropriate, ethical and safety and regulatory monitoring that goes with being on clinical trials.
We recruit patients from all over Europe, and especially we see a lot of patients coming from Eastern countries because they have almost no chance to get adequate treatment.
The one greatest thing is actually we can share ideas, share knowledge, share expertise, and do collaborative research together between PNOC centers and us.
So I think collaboration globally is the key, and PNOC is very nicely poised to leverage that collaboration in a global manner.
When we started PNOC, in 2012, 2013, we had 8 institutions along the Pacific coast. We now have over 500 patients enrolled in our clinical trials. We have more than 22 therapeutic trials open. So I think we achieved a lot, but we still need to do better, and we still, need to be faster, right? I mean, still our children suffer from these terrible tumors. I mean, we can see what we can achieve, if a lot of resources are put towards one cause. I mean, we saw it just in our recent example with COVID.